She who thrives. Phoenix rising. The true me. The ups and downs crazy in life. So take this journey with me. She who thrives. Yeah. Good morning, sunshines, and welcome to podcast She Who Thrives, a podcast where women face different adversities in life and overcome them and become successful in their own right, whatever success means to them. And today you're here with me, Janell Borrero, and my assistant in everything, Desiree Nieves. So, I told my producers I was having a solo and they had like one mic for me. And my solos, I always mean Desi's going to be with me. Mm-hmm. So it's never really a solo. At this point, I think we're just one anyway. So yeah, literally. It's a solo. So today we're going to talk about procedure, the update, the struggle. Also, Women's Month, International Women's Day month, where I messed up at there. And then any news and anything else that's coming up in our world and She Who Thrives. Also, I also go back and look at different videos and different comments and stuff. There was probably one comment that I think I told you about that. Yeah. I was like, oh, whatever. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Don't let me, forget anything. What did I say? It was procedure, struggles, the woman's
everything going on in our world.
And everything going on in our world. So the first thing, one of their last solo. Remember solo? When I say solo, it's me and Desi. We talked about my procedure and what was happening. And then it was a little difficult, and so usually when the surgeon told me, "Oh, it's gonna be just
like a 2-day recovery,"
by Wednesday you're gonna be back to work. It's gonna be light work and blah blah blah, and I was just like, well, my procedure was on a Monday, and then I had recording on Tuesday. I was like, can I record on Tuesday? And he was like, yeah, you'll be fine. So I'm like, okay, I'll be fine. I'll be able to record. I had someone to come in to record and, everything. But I was like, you know what? Let me give everybody a heads up just in case I need to cancel. So, all right. My surgery was the 26th of February. I went in. Of course, I had all the nerves because I Googled 10,001 things of everything TikTok that could go wrong, diagnosis, all of that. So, of course, I was so scared. And then they gave me a list of what I had to do to prepare for the surgery the night before. So I had to strip my bed, make sure I washed everything. Everything had to be new. I had to also take shower at night with antibacterial soap.
And wash your hair with it too, right?
No, I didn't wash my hair with it, but I had to wash my hair because I had to make sure it was clean for them.
Yeah.
Then I had to make sure I had clean pajamas, and then in the morning I had to take a shower again with antibacterial soap. So my boyfriend came from out of town to take care of me, so I made him take a shower with antibacterial soap as well. But my fur baby sleeps with me, so that was going to be a hard one. So he didn't sleep with me. He slept on the sofa so that way Bam Bam can sleep with him, and I could sleep on the bed by myself. And in the morning, of course, I took a shower, all of that stuff, and we went off. Oh, you know that I bought to make life easy for me because my surgery is on my head. I didn't want to put anything over my head, so I bought everything with like button up or zippers or whatever. And we bought that outfit, that jogging outfit from Target. I love it, but it was huge. Like I got a large, and sometimes
because you said you wanted it loose. I remember.
No, it was loose.
I was like, I know you said you wanted it like to be kind of loose. You didn't want it tight, but it was very, very loose.
It was loose. Hopefully I dried it now. Hopefully it kind of like shrunk.
Yeah.
But it was loose. So I did everything just to zip up and all that. So in surgery, well, not in surgery, but they had me there. They did all of these things. My veins kind of like hide from them when they come to me. And it was hard. They were, poking me, whatever. They did all of that. And when they came in to come and get me, was just like, oh shit, here we go. And then I, went off and then woke up and they're like, okay, you're all done, whatever. So the nurse that was there looked at my head, and what they told me what they were going to do was take the tumor out. Whatever was in there, if it looked crazy, they were probably going to, cut around it or whatever. And then the inside, they were going to take the tissue and pull it together, stitch it up, glue, stitch me, and then have dissolvable stitches. All right, cool. When I woke up, I don't even remember how my hair was, but I think my hair was up. I don't even remember, but I think it was up.
I don't know. You called me after, just I think you called me regular. I will say I stalked her. It was her appointment.
You have my location.
Yeah. Her, like, what? Your procedure was at like 7:30, and then it was like 1, and she was still in the hospital, and I was like, Mom, you need to call her boyfriend because she's still there, and I don't feel like calling him because, yeah. So he was like, oh, everything's okay. She just got out. Well, I was like, That was a long-ass procedure. That was supposed to be 30 minutes, doctors.
Right. So it was supposed to be 30-minute procedure. It went a little longer. But I was there at 7:30 in the morning. I was out by, I think it was like 1:30. And the first thing I did was, can I eat? Because I couldn't eat after midnight the night before. So can I eat? They were like, yeah, you're able to eat. They made me have crackers and a juice before I left to make sure I didn't vomit or anything. So first thing I wanted to do was eat French fries. But I went to Chick-fil-A and got me my waffle fries. But the whole side of my head was completely numb. I couldn't feel my ear.
I remember you calling and telling me, you're like, it's so numb.
Yes, it was so numb. All of this side was completely numb. So anyways, the nurse was like, oh, you do have regular stitches there. I was like, that's weird because they said they were not going to give me.
Dissolvable, yeah.
Yeah, they were not going to give me regular stitches. They were going to be dissolvable. She was like, well, you're going to have to get them removed when you go to your post-op. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I was expecting to have an easy breezy recovery, like easy breezy. That didn't happen. So the next day I woke up and I was just like, man, I'm not feeling.
You texted me. You're like, I'm not feeling good. Should I? And I was like, if you don't stay your ass home and recover.
And I don't like to say that something's defeating me or anything like that. I don't like to be babied. I don't like. None of that. So I was like, should I not? But I couldn't take a shower till I think 24 to 48 hours after. And I had like a big glob of something in my hair.
Glue.
So it wasn't just glue. It was a bunch of stuff, sterilizing, whatever. So I'm like, how am I supposed to record with a big glob of my stuck in my hair? Like, there's no way I was going to do that.
And it was in your ear too. Not only
it was
your hair.
everywhere. They had tape on my face. So I had all this all dry. So I was like, you know what? I wasn't feeling good. Plus, I couldn't take a shower yet. All of that. So, I'm not going to record. We went ahead and canceled that day. And then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take this time, just relax, just chill out, and not do anything. Well, as the day goes by, you're supposed to be feeling better. I was not feeling better. I felt like shit. And I could not sleep without my ice pack behind my head. And I kept on asking my boyfriend, can you please check it? Can you please check it? He was like, no, it looks fine. And on the paper said any redness, swelling, pus, all that, to let your doctor know. If you're in a lot of pain, let your doctor know. I have high tolerance for pain, so I don't know if it's a lot of pain or if it's just a little bit of pain. I don't know.
But I think then you'd do, because that one time, that night you're like, that you told him to get you the ice pack. He's like, okay, good night. And you're like,
well, so this one night, I was leading up to that. I really had really bad pains and I was crying from the pain because I couldn't get comfortable on my bed. I tried to sleep on my bed, but I couldn't get comfortable. Went to the living room and I asked him for the pack of ice. He gives me the pack of ice and I was crying. And this is my boyfriend. And he's just like, okay, see you tomorrow in the morning, and went to sleep. Like, I was literally crying. So this is the reason why I don't cry or tell people I'm in pain, because I don't know if they're going to ever believe me.
It seriously,
and again, this is from childhood trauma, because I could have 104 fever and my mom still was sending me to school, suck it up and go to school. So it just comes from that. And also having an older brother that anytime he hit me and I was gushing blood, he would tell me not to cry. Not to cry or whatever, and just suck it up and keep it going. And that's just that comes from that. But with all that complications, me still I try to work in between, and I was like, is it something in my mental? Is it me telling myself that I'm not feeling good? So I start to play tricks. You start to play tricks with yourself.
You're okay. And then your body's like, I'm not okay.
Right. So it's like, okay, you're not okay. You are okay. But the doctor told me by Wednesday, I should be back to normal and I should be fine. Mm-hmm. Why am I not back to normal? And it's just kind of, it was a battle. So I'm like, what's going on? There was something there that it literally felt like someone was pulling my little hairs and it was pulling back. That's what I felt. And it was hard. It was a very difficult situation for me to go through. And it wasn't something that you expected to go through. I didn't expect to go through that. Mm-mm. And at the end of the day, when I finally went to work, that was like, what, a week later?
The next Monday. I think
so the next Monday, it was a week later. I was like, I have to go to work. I need to get to work. I didn't plan to be out for so long. And Desi was just like,
she was like, can you look at it?
I asked her to look at it.
Because I don't get grossed out by those things.
Yeah, so that she looks just like, I don't know if it looks kind of, I don't know.
I took pictures. Normal. I was like, it's super red. Like, it's not even pink. It's not like the raw
red.
color. It's
so
red.
She was like, I think you should take that and you send that picture to the surgeon or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? And I was literally taking Tylenol every 6 hours. Mm-hmm. And having that ice pack, like that was my best friend. And I know that wasn't normal. It just wasn't normal. Like I had to, and it's not an addicting thing.
And then your boyfriend's like, "No, it looks okay."
Yeah. So then, so when I sent he saw the first, he looked,
It's because he saw the first like thing, so he just kept comparing it to how it first looked.
Yeah, my boyfriend seen it when I first came out, so he didn't know that it's supposed to improve. I guess he just didn't think anything of it. Right. But came out to be that they ended up prescribing me antibiotics because it was infected. So the other issue is that I'm allergic to a lot of antibiotics. So it was like kind of scared. Like, are you sure I can take these? Are you sure I can take these? So anyways, they gave me antibiotics. I was able to take those. That did help, but that did it just prolonged the process of me healing. But because I have PCOS, I have insulin issues. So with those insulin issues, it's just like a diabetic. A diabetic, when they go through certain infections and stuff, it just gets prolonged, their healing process. Yeah. I don't have diabetes, but I have the insulin issues. And that's basically what happens with me, that it prolongs any of my healing, which I don't understand why the doctors didn't give me antibiotics prior, because they knew I have the insulin issues. But yeah, it was infected. So it prolonged it. I had to deal with that. So I did stay out of work longer than expected. And this is tax season, guys. This is a season that I'm constantly back to back swamped with clients. So there was some days that I had to cancel on some clients. Some clients understood. Some, were like, whatever, that's your issue, not mine. And I get it. I understand that you want to get your things done, but it was not many that don't understand. There was some that canceled their appointments, and I haven't
asking you, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, it was a lot but those are my recurring clients. But there's some that were like, they canceled, and I haven't heard from them. Whatever. So I don't know if they believe me, they don't believe me. I don't know. But they canceled on me, and I haven't heard back from them. But that just made me realize a lot of what I'm doing in the business and what I want to do, and how clients have acted during this process, where I've always put my clients first as opposed to myself and
your health
and my health. Even when I went through my whole divorce situation, there was some clients that understood and some really didn't. And now that it's a health, even that was a mental health thing, but this one is, I didn't know what was going to happen.
But at that too, you were prolonging the thing because you felt it for a while, and you were just like, "Oh, it's okay."
Until I was prolonging the
because you were
because of
everything that was going on with the business, too.
Right? Because I didn't want to put my clients on the back burner. But now it's just like, you know what? I need to really focus on myself and my health and all of that, because at the end of the day, something could happen to me tomorrow, and what are my clients going to do? They'll just find another tax preparer. They'll find another accountant. They'll find whatever. There's the next CFO or whatever, and I won't be even a thought in their brain. So I'm over here forcing myself to get up, and even if it's at my dining room table, to work.
And while you're trying to recover.
Right. And people don't appreciate that. So it's like, all right, now I'm at that point that, yes, I'm going to fire some clients if I don't feel like you align with anything that I'm doing right now. So why am I sitting here with tears? Is because of me having PCOS. I do everything naturally, and I can't, my restrictions are I couldn't in the beginning lift anything more than 5 pounds. Now they gave me, I can't lift anything more than 10 to 15 pounds. So I did reach out to my trainers, like, I'm struggling mentally because what helps me with my PCOS is lifting weights. And with PCOS, one of the things that is with that is that I have more male testosterone in my body than I do female estrogen. So lifting heavy weights helps me control that. Lifting weights, running, whatever it is, it helps me control it. And right now, I'm struggling because I can't lift weights. I can't work out. I can go on walks, but it's like, it's taking a toll on me mentally because I still have stitches in my head, guys. Like, they have not dissolved yet.
They're still causing pain
They're still causing pain. They did trim them somewhat, but it's still causing pain. I still have pain in my neck when I'm at the computer too long. So this it's like, you know how they say either you give yourself a break, or God's gonna make you take that break. Like, I feel like that's what God's doing. Yeah, that's what God's doing, is forcing me to take that break and really analyze what's going on with my business and what's going on with my purpose in life. And it's like, all right, I'm sitting down. What do you want from me? You know? So, my boyfriend was here for a week and a half to help take care of me and stuff. And when he left, my fur baby's having his own medical issues too. So he keeps on having seizures. So some days he can have like 3 seizures in a day, or just one, but that one can be something very difficult. So like a day after my boyfriend left, I'm in bed with Bam Bam, and he has his seizure. And when he has his seizure, sometimes he urinates on himself. So he does that. He urinates. So that means I'm taking everything off my bed to wash everything. It's hard for you to do that because you're healing. And it's hard for me to do it because I am healing. I can't lift anything over at this time at more than 5 pounds. He's fit. My 40. Baby's 34. No, he's 35 pounds. So this is something I never did ever in my life. I have a walk-in shower. So I stuck him in the shower with me. I literally stuck him in the shower with me so I can be able to take myself a shower, because he peed on me too. And then take him a shower. So these are the struggles that I'm dealing with. So I'm doing all of this, straining to take care of my baby, but still worried about my clients. Yeah. Still worried about my clients and making sure that they're okay and making sure their stuff is getting taken care of and all of that stuff. So, so having Bam Bam go through his thing, me having to heal. And I know me lifting him and doing certain things with him has prolonged the healing process as well. But it's difficult, guys. It's just so difficult. And like I said, with the PCOS and me not being able to work out, it's just been a little difficult. And I hate to admit that, but as vulnerable as I want other people to be on She Who Thrives, I'm trying to be 100% vulnerable as well, so that you can see these are the things that I go through. And I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been an entrepreneur for 7 years. And these are the ups and downs that people face and I faced, and I'm going to be 100% about it. Sometimes, like, moments like these, you just want to give up and be just like, screw it, I'm just gonna go work for a company and just, whatever. Like, I don't want to have the responsibility of all of these things. But then I snap out of it because I'm like, no, I can't do that either.
You're like, I don't want to do that.
But it's a huge struggle, and it's not like I don't want to get better. I want to get better. It's just it's hard. But balancing your health, balancing your business, balancing relationships, and balancing everything. It's really difficult. Like, I don't want to talk to anyone, but then at the same time I do want to talk to somebody.
Yeah. And then you went out, and that was like a whole
oh
thing
my
too.
God, I went out. So oh my God, so a friend of mine, we try to support each other, have brunch for our birthdays and stuff like that. So they invited me to a brunch, and it's like, okay, cool, it's awesome, a chance for me to get out. I didn't dress up too much. I didn't put too much makeup because it's hard for me to lean back my head or stuff like that. So I just went plain Jane. At least, my hair is straight, guys, right now. You know how I said I was doing keeping my hair curly, natural and all that. But I can't, because I don't want to come in here looking like Lion King. So we try to put chemicals in my hair, and that was burning the incision. So I'm not doing chemicals until it's completely healed. And so right now I have no choice but to blow dry my hair. When I'm outside of the house, because when I'm in the house, it's all natural. I am Lion King at home. But so I went out for brunch, and I thought it was just going to be a sit down brunch situation and just enjoy girl talk. Well, it was like the place I went to, it was like a nightclub during the day, basically. And I'm sitting at the table, and they're doing a whole conga line and stuff, and these are strangers. They didn't know me, they didn't know what was going on, and I'm talking, and they just randomly just pull my arm so I can participate in this conga line. So I'm like, I can't go. They're like, come on. So then my friends are pulling me back. So all of that tug of war irritated the crap out of my incision, and I sat there, and I couldn't help but my tears to come down my face. As much as I try to tough it out, they came out all by themselves.
And you're like telling yourself, stop.
And I'm telling them myself, and I'm laughing, and I'm like, oh my God, laughing, crying at the same time. So now I'm just hiding at home because it's kind of and Desi's boyfriend seen me. He hugged me and pressed against it. And
like,
I seen like the stars, moons, everything. And I was like, oh crap, So it's like, let me stay home so that way I can. Yeah. So no one could hit it. No one could pull me.
The other time you went out was for my birthday. It was for my
but we were scared. Where am I gonna sit that no one's gonna hit me?
It was like a lady behind you. We're like, sit over there. Just
right.
That corner.
So with all of that, it's just like me staying home, and at home is just me and Bam Bam. And we're in this huge house that basically we're just living in the living room right now, just laying on the sofa. So that way, because the sofa is the only place that I can say I feel comfortable at, where I'm not tossing and turning so much, and I'm not hitting it.
And Bam's not moving as much either, because he moves a lot too.
Yeah, he's not moving me, and he's not making me move to the other side of the bed or whatever else. So he's staying there, and I can control him too it's not as high as my bed. So if I need to pull him down to the floor, it's easier. So it's crazy. All of this is happening, but the good thing and the good news that we did receive, and it came in pretty quickly, was the results of the tumor. And when it opened, I think it was like 2 days later.
It came fast.
Yeah.
They said wait like a week.
A week or two. They said a week or two, and it came like, I think it was like that Wednesday after.
Yeah, it was fast.
So when I opened it, I kind of like, I was at Home Depot. I was walking in Home Depot, and
you're just there like,
and I'm reading it, and it's me. I'm walking Home Depot so that my boyfriend wasn't so bored at home. And again, I'm thinking about other people when I'm supposed to be recovering myself. Yeah. So we went to Home Depot. I'm not really doing nothing but walking, and he's looking around at stuff or whatever. So he didn't know I had it, and I'm reading it, and I'm just like trying to read or whatever. But at the end of the day, it came out to be benign. It's a benign tumor, so I don't have any cancer cells, which was like a relief for me, because I really didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I thought the worst when, you think the worst when they say tumor, and they like.
And you start doing your research as well.
And I start doing my research, and then the doctor, said, oh, everything's going to be fine. But they also said everything was going to be fine with the surgery. And look, I'm still fucking sorry. I'm still recovering, and it's been what are we in? It's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2-3 weeks. Because it was a week since you got it, and then you came back the following week, and then it's been like another week.
It's been 3 weeks. Damn, It's been 3 weeks, and I'm still freaking recovering. Lord Jesus Christ. But yeah. So, but at least with that, can you imagine that how my body is, that it is so hard to fight and heal? Like if it was.
Yeah, we were sitting and looking at the videos of the blood cells and how they fight attack, the infections.
Well, obviously, my white blood cells don't like to attack the infections and stuff. So
just need a little help, but they're doing this job. Damn, let them work.
So they're a little slow, but at least with that is I'm happy that at the fact that it wasn't cancer, and I did send out, messages to certain people to say, especially when my mom, because my mom was driving me insane.
Everything you needed to do. Get the tea, get this, get that.
My mom gave me a whole list of teas to drink so that way I can recover. And I should have listened to her because she probably knew better than the doctor. Helped. Yeah, I should have listened to my mom. I don't know if you guys know what this is. In Spanish, we call it la curandera. So she's basically the healer. I think that's probably what she is. And right. I should have listened to her because everything was a whole natural thing. My mom doesn't like going to doctors. Everything is all natural. It
sounds like you.
Well, where do you think I get it from? My mom. But yeah, that's everything with that. And at least with the positive news that it wasn't cancer. It doesn't have any cancer cells. It's all benign. So I'm happy with that part. But it took me a minute to really okay, does this say what I'm reading that it says? But
I think you were Googling too.
I did Google what the heck? But yeah, but it's just with this process, like I said, it just made me realize a lot more of what we need to do, what I need to do. And in this, me sitting at home and knowing that my episodes were coming out, and I had said March was going to be the month for men on She Who Thrives. Silly me. I completely forgot that it was Women's Month, the International Women's Day, and I'm over here having been on the podcast. So I don't know if that's being insensitive or what it is, because I don't know. But really, since I am a woman, I can do whatever it is that I want, especially in the month of March. So I felt like doing that. But I was going to initially have 4 guys in March. But because of this, I decided just to leave it with the 3. And the last episode of March is going to be us women and talking about, one, the struggle that I'm going through, what I had to endure and which I'm still enduring. And I'm still struggling mentally. And how I had asked you, what's the woman that you look up to? Did you have did I have a role model? Do you have a role model? I say I didn't have a role model growing up.
Growing up, no.
Who's the woman that you look up to? Who's the woman that I look up to? So I've been having the month of March to really research and look at different women and see who really sparks that in me. Like, who do I really look up to? Who do I want to be like? And I honestly, and it's not for nothing, I just couldn't find one to say, that's the one. I think there's one probably that I want to say that I kind of admire, and she's in the arts world though. It's not anything in business or anything like that. But it was more of, I go against the odds, basically. As you can tell, I have men on the podcast instead of women, but I go against the odds. I go against that's like that fish going against the current. That's what I do. So when I asked you, who do you look up to? And you're like,
no one. I think the only influencer, I would say the only influencer, because I don't like influencers at all. I hate social media influencers. The only one I will say that I give it to is Monet McMichael. And I send you the one that I tell you I love their little relationship, that I always show you their pictures, and I show you them all the time.
You gotta, I don't know.
Anyways, she's she's doing her thing. Like, she literally got invited to the Oscars. She just came out with a whole new sunglasses line with somebody, everything. This girl.
I see fat injections.
This girl, I showed you her before. That was
I don't remember seeing her.
I show you her and the guy all the time. She don't pay attention to me, guys.
I don't remember seeing her.
She don't pay attention to me.
So this is influencer.
Yeah, that's the only influencer. I don't like any other influence. I don't like influencers.
But not just
general.
influencers,
but
itself,
in general,
any
women,
woman in this world that you can say, I look up to her. Okay.
Besides Janelle, because she's a great role model, great person, great everything. Besides that, like, sorry, no.
So.
But you're just like,
it's hard for me to say that I have someone that I want to say I look up
like
to.
When like you go through life and like trauma, I guess you can say, you just like, it's not somebody you have, like, you don't have that thing to look up to anybody. You just have that thing to just continue life.
Right. So the one person that I have, and I think I like her because she's done things in the world, in the arts world, but I don't think a lot of people, and I could be wrong, I don't know, when they say who's the woman that you idolize, or who's the role model, or who do you want to be like, I heard again, this is just, I don't know, but in these past few weeks that I was looking and researching and realizing, a lot of people look up to the ones that have financial means, the ones that have made millions or billions of dollars, that they're awesome role models and all of that stuff. And I started researching, the women and how many women are billionaires, and how they became billionaires, and all of that, or influential women, and who are those influential women and stuff like that. So I start researching their backgrounds and how they became who they became. So there's a few Latina billionaires, and I was just like, they all became billionaires because they inherited that money. So yeah, some worked, and I don't want to put their names. I got their name. They got the list of names and stuff like that. But I don't want anyone to come from my head. But they have the list, and it gave me four. It gave me four women, and one is a Chilean businesswoman, but she's a widow, and she inherited her money from his business. There's another one. She's a Mexican businesswoman, but she's an heiress to a big company that's very well known. So she inherited as well. Another Mexican business owner. She's a widow of so-and-so, and it was a big, I was going to say empresa, but it's a big company in Mexico. Again, inherited. And then another one, and she's Brazilian, and she also inherited her millions from, it doesn't say who she inherited it from. I don't know if it was her husband or her father. I don't know who it's from, but I mean, there's nothing about inheriting. It's fine. Yeah. You're making all this money, and you made all this money. It's all going down the line. But then I was like, is there any Latina billionaires that are self-made? And I couldn't, and I'm sure there's probably maybe millionaires or whatever, but I couldn't find a Latina billionaire that was actually self-made. But then I started to question myself. Is that the role model for me? And do I want to be a Latina billionaire? Do I want to go through that, to be, go through the steps that they went through to become a billionaire? Or, because are they really truly happy? Are they happy? I know in this day and age we have to, what's our happiness and all this stuff or whatever, but I've been around multi-millionaires and billionaires because of, my work industry and stuff like that. And I've been around people that don't have money per se, but they're happier than the ones that have so much money, because with a lot of money comes a lot of stress. So I'm like, I kept on thinking, like, who do I want to be like? Like, who is it? Who, what?
I'll be like Rihanna.
She
living her best life. She a billionaire. She got she got her Fenty. She got her skin line. She got her music, the clothing, the music, she just got everything. And then look at her with A$AP Rocky. She just popping babies, living her best life.
I didn't ever realize how tall she was.
Is she really tall?
She's taller than me, but she's a big girl. She's not a tiny
No?
girl. You know that influencer Michaela?
Yeah, she's tiny, isn't she?
Yeah, you see the huge difference between them two. Yeah. So, anyways,
but I like literally seen the video on Twitter where like Rihanna was at a restaurant, drunk, living her best life with A$AP Rocky, and he's just there like, that's my baby. That's who I aspire to be, drunk and happy with my man.
So for Women's Month, it was just a challenge because it's like, I felt like I was back in school. You know how you do the research when they do like Black History Month or Hispanic History Month or any month that had something in it that you had to sit down and write an essay. That's what I felt like I was trying to do, was write that essay and put it out on the podcast.
So did you find somebody that you were like, whether it was Latina or not, like
she is a Puerto Rican actress, and I think she captivated me because I love her shows now that she's older, of course, and she's just hilarious to me. So, do you know who Rita Moreno is?
No.
Oh my God.
I don't know by names. You gotta show me faces.
Okay, I'll show you a picture of her.
If you show me a face, I'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen her.
She's in that.
I thought you was gonna say
who?
This girl.
This is Rita Moreno.
Oh,
So she's such a little spunky older woman. I just love how honest she is.
I thought you were gonna say Sofia Vergara.
No.
I don't know why you said Spanish, and I'm thinking
no, Sofia Vergara. No,
like honest, because you know how she is.
I grew up
with
her, but no, no. I think it's when you know why I can't. And I didn't research her either. It was like I was questioning it, and then I go on TikTok, and the episodes that she's on
started coming up on your
TikTok.
coming
up. Yeah. So and I forgot what show it is, because the girl that's on that show, her daughter on the show, she's from Chicago. I think she's the only Latina that has gotten the EGOT. So it's the Emmy, Grammy, Oscars, and what's the other one? The Tony Awards. I'm not sure if she's the only one or that she's the first Latina. And on top of that, her being Puerto Rican. So she talks about in a lot of interviews, she's very, very upfront and honest with the things that she did. She was seeing somebody and then he wasn't all that great with her. So she went and she slept with somebody else to get back at him. And the person she slept with was Elvis. So it was funny when they interviewed her about that. I don't know what's that show's name.
It doesn't show the shows that she's in.
I don't know. You find it.
Oh my Lord.
The show. I don't know.
This is all you need to do, ma'am. Movies and shows. Boom.
Oh, sorry, guys. One Day at a Time. So
is it the? Let me see. The one with the daughter or granddaughter that she's, and then the son.
Yeah, the son. They're supposed to be Cuban.
Yeah. I seen it. Yeah.
So One Day at a Time, I seen that show. That show kept on coming up, and I was like, man, that's Rita Moreno. So I was like, let me start research. Then that's when I started researching her, and I already knew she had an EGOT. I was like, you know what? It was more of
other awards and what
other her accolades that what she had to break through in back in her day, especially her coming here in the years that she came here, coming from Puerto Rico and still having to face racism and all of that stuff, and she still was able to get through, and she was able to get that EGOT that is very difficult for people to obtain, and she was able to obtain it. So she broke through so many how do you call it, barriers. So I was like, you know what, it's not that I looked at her money and how much she has, and she's been in the industry, how long has she been in the industry? Oh my God. So I don't know, a very long time. Let's see how old she is. Let's see. Or how young she is. Because she looks great. And she's so spunky. She's 92.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And the One Day at a Time show came out.
It's been off, and it's off air already.
Yeah.
So that's who I was like, you know what? It wasn't anything about, like the money wise or anything.
How she like overcame all that.
And she truly loves what she does. She loves it, and whatever she loves, she's making money from it, even at the age she is right now. And she's still doing interviews, talk shows and stuff like that. So it's like, that's what I admire to be. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to older, say I'm happy.
Young and like, I've noticed like a lot of older people, they say like, yeah, I may be this old, but inside I still feel 20.
I'm 43 and I think sometimes I feel like I'm in my 20s.
Girl, I'm only 26 and I feel like I'm in my 50s. Like, I'd be tired.
You're like an old soul.
I'd be like, leave me home. I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. 9:30, I'm already laying down, showered.
Well, you're just a homebody, though. But that's also because you're pregnant right now.
Thanks for just announcing it like that.
Oops. Yeah, everyone, Desiree is pregnant. We didn't talk about that before?
No.
Sorry, guys. So Desiree is pregnant. She's 4 months pregnant.
4 months now, yeah.
She is pregnant. She doesn't know the gender. I know the gender. So we're gonna I have to plan the gender reveal. But I'm waiting for the ultrasound because
that's not until the 23rd of April.
The gender that I got was through her blood work. So we're gonna wait till at least the ultrasound to make sure that it is correct.
100% correct. Because apparently it could be wrong. How blood work can be wrong, it doesn't make sense to me, but you know.
Well, you and I already had that conversation because it can be born a boy, but technically it could be a girl.
Later on, later on in life,
whatever they want to be. So, I don't know if that's who we should do the gender reveal because then we just never know. Maybe we have to do another gender reveal when they get older.
Fishy.
Talking about that, did you see? This is me, guys, being at home and watching so much TikTok. I think I'm over TikTok.
I can only imagine your like recent views or recently watched. You can do that, right? Everything that you watched.
Think at this point. I think my thumb's just used to scrolling, and I'm not even watching the stuff because I'm
not
just
even liking it or anything.
No, I'm not liking it. I'm not anything. Talking about Women's Month, and maybe I just don't want to. I was gonna say about TikTok and what just came about, but I'm gonna pause that right now. I'm gonna talk about. Yes, this is Women's Month. And this is something that I was very irritated with and so upset. And it's happened multiple times. And I don't know if it's because in my TikTok, how the algorithm goes or whatever, it's going to start showing you similar situations. Well, recently, I don't know if whoever's listening to this right now heard of the Madeline Soto.
Yeah.
Situation. Was a 13-year-old girl that came up missing here in Florida, and they found her body a few days later. They locked up the so-called stepfather, because he wasn't married to her mom, and it came out too that he was SAing her for so many years. And it's really, really, really sucks because do I think the mom knew or had some knowledge?
Definitely,
or
because they said it was happening since she was 8.
So it's kind of sucks because how in the world, and this is what pisses me off, and this is me, a woman, in this month that, women are supposed to be, give birth and have kids and stuff like that. And me.
Protect their children.
And protect their children. And me, that's someone that has fertility issues that can't have these kids. And I just want to protect all these kids that, are biologically mine, seeing this little girl going through this and how many mothers stay silent to protect that abuser. And it just really freaking sucks to see that happening. And it came up on my TikToks and it keeps on coming up, and it's like more keeps on coming out with grown men taking advantage of these little girls, and more stories. Yeah. And I've had people here that have came on and talked about their situation and how their abuser still is protected, and it really pisses me off. Like, yeah, I wish I could do more. So who knows what is going to come out from that. But then the other one that, again, is another woman that really pisses me off, and I just want to wring the neck because, again, women like me have fertility issues and would love to be able to have kids, and we have those, the struggles of it. And maybe I just, like I said before, need to be more of a mother to more than just one person. But this little girl, she was 16 months old. The mom went to Puerto Rico.
Oh, I seen
and like left her alone. And the little girl starved to death. I think she was alone for like 10 days.
I just seen that.
The mom just got sentenced to life in prison. And it's like heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. And I think that's the second case that I heard of that.
There's I can't think of her name, but the one that's with that guy, the basketball player that's 22 years old, she's pregnant by him.
Drea.
Yeah. she left her child.
Yeah, that was a big thing back then, that she left her child to go
with pizza
party.
rolls.
Yeah.
And he was like around, apparently asking the neighbors, like, hey, like, do you know where my mom is?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like fucked up. Literally
very. So
I just think about my child and how much he needs me, and like I hate leaving him with people.
It's Bam Bam, and it drives me crazy
leaving him with just
to leave him alone for more than 7-8 hours. Like, no, everybody knows
she has a time limit.
I have a time limit of how long I'm outside. So if I left to work and I'm at work by 10 in the morning, I'm not going out that night, or I'm not gonna go.
Or she'll like go feed him, make sure that he's cared for, and then just step out for a little bit.
Step out for a little bit. But if everybody knows Bam Bam's already been by himself for 8 hours, I'm going home. Bam Bam's my first priority, and he's a fur baby. He could fend for himself some more than a human probably, but. There's no way that I can leave him for yo me muero. I would die.
But it's even at that. It's a 16-month-old
child. And like, she had feces under her nail and in her mouth. So the little girl was trying to feed herself with her own feces. Yeah. That's sad.
Like, you had no family, nobody. Like, even that, just don't take the damn vacation.
Yeah.
It's easy.
But the woman was in court crying. Asking for forgiveness, and I just did that. I'm pissed off, and I just felt the pain in my head.
Like, imagine how many times I take Abel. Together. Look, my child has traveled everywhere. He has gone to Philly. He has gone to New York, New Jersey. He has gone to PR. He has gone to Chicago. He's gone all around Florida. He just lives his best life.
She said it was something she was going through mentally, and I get that you can mentally go through stuff and want to check out, but make sure someone takes care of your child.
Prioritize your child, yeah.
So I don't know. With that, I probably shouldn't have closed it with that. I think it's more of the frustration with women out here that are able to have these babies and are not. And I get it that there's postpartum depression and there's certain things, but with her, I don't think she had that. I think she was trying to play it. But if there's anybody out there around me and you have that and you don't want to take care of your kid, tell me. I would grab your kid as long as they're not allergic to Bam Bam.
Literally taken Abel everywhere.
Yeah, as long as they're not allergic to Bam Bam, we're good, because Bam Bam has to come first.
Give him some Benadryl.
Give him some Benadryl.
As soon as they're taking Benadryl, that's what I do, because Abel's allergic to Bam Bam.
Sorry, guys. I was sitting here holding my head because I did something because I was in the heat of the moment, and it tends to remind me you're still healing, so I had to hold my head for a bit. But with that, we went through everything that happened with me with the tumor stuff, the test, Sorry, I had to apologize about bringing men on just
Women's Month. But it's March Madness as well.
March Madness.
What is that about?
That's
men?
Fine. That's fine. I'm still a woman, so I do whatever I want to do. And then having, is it idol or role model? I don't know. Model? Having that role model. So I determined mine was Rita Moreno. And then me having that frustration of women who have these babies and don't take care of these babies.
And the predators. They protect predators. Which.
Yep. So just know. But now you guys see. And anybody wants to know my journey, I am putting it on Instagram as well. So if you've ever gone through the similar journey as me, you're not alone. So if you want, you can reach out to me. But anyways, on to the next one, right? But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for reaching out to me, that you had the prayers for me and you had me in your prayers. I do really, really appreciate it. But thank you. Until next time, please like, share, subscribe, and review. Thank you.